Hi everyone and welcome to another video. So in today's video we will see how to work with pivot tables in Excel. Pivot tables in Excel are used to summarize and analyze either small or large data sets, and it helps you answer a lot of questions about your data. We will see that with an example. So what I have here is a small table or a small range of data where we have a car brand, uh, a column with car brand, model, year, price, and the units sold. And you can see there are some rows which are repeated here and there, but they have different years and different prices altogether. All right. So in order to summarize this data, you can make use of pivot table. In order to create a pivot table, all you have to do is just keep your cursor somewhere on the data. That is one way. Keep it somewhere on the data. Go to the Insert tab and click on Pivot Table. Once you click on Pivot Table, you can see that your table or range, it's automatically selected. You can see the dancing ants icon around your table. This is one way. Let me just close this. And you can also select the table based on your requirement. For example, if you keep your cursor somewhere outside the data and then go to Insert and Pivot Table, the pop-up will ask you for a table or a range. So in this case, you can manually select the table or the range you require. All right. Now, the next option is, where do you want your pivot table to be placed? There are two options. You can place it in the same worksheet, that is existing worksheet. You can just give a location to that. So in this case, you can just give a location. I'm just selecting and removing this. You can select a location like this, or wherever you want. If not, if you want it in a completely new sheet, all you have to do is just click on New Worksheet. All right. So since we have just one table for now, we are not checking this option. If you are working with multiple tables, you can select this option. Now you can go ahead and click on OK. And you can see a new sheet is opened because you selected a new worksheet. On the right, you have something called as pivot table fields. And you can see you have all your columns listed here. And below, there are 4 areas where you can drag and drop your column names. Let us see how that is done. I'll take one example here. So we want to see in the year 2021, what all were the car brands and the models and the total number of units sold. In order to do that, what you can do is you can click and drag your car brand in one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop them in rows. You can see they will appear as rows, the car brands. Now I want to see the models, and I want to see the models again as rows. So I'm going to drop them in the rows area again. I drop it there. Now you can see it appears like this. Don't worry about this. We will change the layout a bit shortly. And you want to see what are the units sold. So whatever numerical calculation you do, you put it in values. I'm going to drop it in values. And you can see it automatically gives me the sum of units sold. All right. Now, I just want the details for the year 2021. So what should I do? I have a filter option here. I will take the year column and drop it in filters. And now I can go to this filter and just select 2021, click on OK. And you can see there are only 2 brands in 2021, that is Honda and Hyundai. In order to change the way the report appears, what you can do is you can go to the design option, and then there is an option called report layout. Click on it and you can choose show in tabular form so that it appears in a proper manner. Your different columns will appear differently in multiple sections. Now you see something like this right after every calculation. These are called as subtotals. If you want, you can just remove them. Click on subtotals and just click on do not show subtotals. All right. You can also disable grand total if you want by just going to grand total and selecting off for rows and columns. So now it's off for rows and columns, and this is your pivot table. And you can see you don't have to do manual calculation in your other sheet. Instead, you can just use a pivot table and summarize your data in one go. So that's how it works. Just one last tip. What you can also do is, instead of dragging and dropping here, for all your numerical calculations or any numerical field, you can just select it here and it automatically appears in the values tab. You can see this happening right here. And in case instead of values, you just want to, let's say, see the count or an average, you can just click on this drop down here, right next to that calculation that appears. There is an option called value field settings. Click on that. And here you have an option to select the count, average, or whatever. So if I select average, click on OK, you can see the average units sold appearing here. So you can try it out, play around with this, and I hope this short tutorial was helpful to you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And in case you have any comments at all, please feel free to put it in the comments tab. Thank you and see you next week with another video.